And we're back at Filter headquarters on another episode of The Deep End, lockdown edition, and we got a special guest in the building today, youngest in charge, ROPS1. How you doing, bro?
Good, bro. Been good. Just been doing my thing in that, you know, staying quiet, doing my music.
Yeah, well, there's not much to do nowadays. You can't really leave the house.
Shit, yeah. Coronavirus has got us all fucked.
Yeah, but today's a special date, I assume for you. 420 you've been celebrating today?
Yeah, bit. Yeah.
How many times you celebrated today?
Oh no, I wouldn't even be able to tell you honestly, bro. Straight up, all day.
You have reason to celebrate though. I mean, you know, youngest in charge, great response, did good numbers when it came out. Are you still buzzing off the release? Because you know, it's a big moment for an artist to release a debut album.
I don't know. I'm working on my second album at the moment, so I don't know. The hype's still there.
You're already working on your second one?
Yeah. I've only got like 2 songs at the moment, but I don't know. I want to finish that by the end of the year. I want to drop that like November, December. But if not, next year.
2 albums in 1 year, that's a pretty...
Yeah, I don't think no one's done that.
Yeah, good schedule.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I've been just trying to put my head down, just work, and yeah, just fucking get the music rolling.
Yeah, now we're going to talk about the album a bit later, but I want to go back, you know, you started doing rap seriously probably about 2 years ago, is that correct?
Yeah, about 2 years, a year ago when I first done my one takes, when I linked up with Dills, One Love. But yeah, I used to always rapping that with all the boys. I've been rapping since I was a little kid, but I started rapping and that me and the boys would freestyle, and then like my mate Shep would be like, bro, upload something on Facebook. So boom, I just uploaded on my account and that, you know, get all right views, you know. Then I seen Dills and that, Bags in, all them commenting on it. Husky shared it, and then yeah, Dills ended up messaging me. He's like, well, I want to do a one take. I said, sweet, you know, I'll get a beat. Yeah, I wrote it to a grind beat and that, met up at Macquarie Fields train station, smashed that out. And then yeah, just kept on smashing them, done 5 of them. And I dropped my first single, Still Out Here. That was good. And then, what did you...
Trust Me.
Yeah, Trust Me.
That was the one where I first heard of you and did a write-up on you and shit.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. And then I dropped Trust Me, and then I dropped the one with Enter. And then, yeah, since then I've just been trying to drop more music. But yeah, but I was lacking back then. It would take me like 2 months to finish one song. I'd have like half a song and I wouldn't be able to finish it. Dills would ring me and be like, bro, you need to finish it, you know? And then I'd finish it, and then we'd go to the studio and record it. And like 3 months later, doing the same thing again, you know? And then I was like, nah, stuff this. And then when Kerser hit me up for the show to do the support act for him in Sydney, I was like, yeah, sweet, you know? But I didn't even have that much material. And I was like, fuck, you know, I need to work. And then bang, I done the show, and then after that, bro, I was just like writing 2 tracks a day, a track a day, 3 tracks a day. Then, yeah, I went and met up with Malik at One Lane Studios. I went and done an Insta Jams with him. Bang, started, yeah, just kept on writing. I said to all the boys, I was like, I want to do an album. They're like, you reckon? I was like, yeah, I want to do an album. And then bang, smashed it out. And yeah, happy days.
Yeah, here we are.
It was good, yeah, here we are. It was fucking good, straight up.
Yeah, so going back to those early days, because like you said, there's still videos floating around on Facebook and YouTube. You know, you at 11 years old, 12 years old, just doing raps in the kitchen or doing raps in the backyard and that. Yeah. So how did you first get into rapping, and whose idea was it to first start uploading these things onto social media and stuff like that?
Well, when I used to live in Claymore, bro, back in the day, all the boys were on their Nokias and that. They had Sydney searches and that. And I used to always hear Enter and Schemo. And I used to love the shit they say, you know? So I used to start listening to that. And I was going to Lamandra Behaviour School, and they had like some music program coming called Detours and Destinations. And they come in and they had like the beats and that, you know, and they were like, we want to like start helping you write music and shit. So they'd help the kids, and I'd just go over into the corner and just write my own music, you know, and I'd come back and they'd be like, fuck, you know, you can write, you know, and you're only young. I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. So then I started doing it from there, and then I left that school. I went to another behaviour school. Then I just stopped altogether, and then, yeah, I just kicked back with the boys and just start freestyling and that, you know.
Yeah, I saw in your interview with Forte, you were talking about those school programs which teach you how to make beats, how to you know, write bars and stuff like that. And you mentioned Shantan.
Yeah, Shantan. Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know Shantan, you know, he does a lot of things, but you know, he manages Kobe D. He used to have stolen records on FBI radio.
I went on there when I was 10 years old. FBI
Crazy.
Records, yeah.
Oh, you were mentioning in Redfern.
In Redfern, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, he done a lot of things with stolen records. You know, Sky High's Grime Freestyle was on there, and he does the late show on Triple J now, I think, you know, 12 to 2 a.m. or something like that. But, you know, he does a lot of different things. But, yeah, talk to us more about, like, the role that Shantan played, I guess, when he was coming through and kind of guiding you in those early years.
So Shantan would come in with a laptop, him and this other bloke named Levens. I think that
Levens is a legend.
Yeah, Levens.
Halfway Crooks DJ Levens. Yeah, well, Levens, one of the best DJs in Australia.
And they'd come in and they'd have a beat, you know, and they'd be like, oh, you know, right. So we start, like, recording. And then I used to have like a little Nokia, and I'd get him to Bluetooth it off the computer onto my phone, and I'd take it back, I'd show my mum. Next day, do the same thing again. And then he hit me up. They had like some opportunity to go on the radio station, and I was only young, but I was like, I was 10 years old, 11 years old. And then, yeah, I went on it, fucking rapped and that. And then that was it. When I left the school, I stopped. I didn't see Shantan and that for ages. And then I think I'd done my one take or something, and I seen that he shared it. And I knew the face, and I knew his name, and I clicked on it, and I was like, fuck, I haven't seen him in ages. And then I sent him a DM, and then, yeah, he's like, I told him, I said, bro, if it wasn't for you coming to my school, I wouldn't have rapped to this day. And he's like, bro, it's good to see that you're doing this, that. And he's like, I've got this show coming up if you want to do it. So yeah, I'd done that for him and that, and yeah, he's a good bloke, Shantan, straight up.
Yeah, shout out Shantan and shout out Levins as well.
Yeah, shout out both of them, straight up. If it wasn't for them, bro, I wouldn't have done music, straight up. But yeah, that's why I used to love going to school, bro, like, because, I don't know, the music program, for me, I don't know, I just escape everything when I was doing music. So yeah, and I'd go back home, bullshit at home, and I'd go back to school, and then, you know what I mean, mine's free, don't have to worry about nothing. But yeah, so I'm grateful that I did get into music at a young age.
Yeah, I think those programs are important because, like you said, a lot of kids don't resonate with, maths or science or things like that. So there's different ways to measure people's creativity, intelligence. And I think that definitely, you're proof, that
that's exactly right,
these programs
100%.
make a real difference in people's lives. So yeah, all, Heaps Decent, all those programs that are doing the music thing, shout out to them.
Yeah, straight up. Shout out to all of them, bro, straight up.
So after that, after you first gained kind of like, your first taste of music, you mentioned Deals before and One Love. So tell us about how you guys first linked up for those first one takes, and then how he kind of progressed into a more, mentor manager role for you.
So when Deals first hit me up, he was like, we'll just film. And I've never done anything with like filming and that, I've really just set up a fucking camera and just rapped in front of the phone, So yeah, I met up with him and that, and we're just talking and that. And then, yeah, we filmed it. And he's like, bro, this is a banger, And then he uploaded it and shit. And then, yeah, after that, I don't know, he was doing heaps for me, bro. Like, like my merch, if I was doing merch, he would get all my merch lined up for me, do you know what I mean? Shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. Me and Dills have been doing it from the start.
And those 5 one takes, I remember they were getting crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Like, if that was your first taste of kind of like YouTube and stuff like that, or your first real taste of YouTube and that, can you take us through like what you were feeling, as the views were rolling in, you were getting like so much heat in it seemed like a really short period.
Bro, I used to get 10,000 views and thought I was the biggest bad cunt out there. Bro, that's 1 million views for me, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But then it would go from 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 100,000, and then 200,000. I was like, fuck, it's only just gonna keep on going up. And then, yeah, I don't know, I was amazed. I was like, fuck, but I didn't think I was gonna do views like that. Not in like the short time that I was doing music.
After the one take and the singles, then that brings us to obviously the album that just came out, Youngest in Charge. I mentioned before, it was doing good numbers, the great response. I think the crazy thing was that, number 2 on the iTunes hip hop charts, I believe.
Yeah.
And number 1 was Kerser that week.
Yeah.
So that must be pretty surreal for you because, I imagine for, kids in your area and yourself, Kerser being a massive influence, to see you two just sitting next to each other on the charts, that's pretty amazing, man.
100%. Now, shout out Kerser, bro, shout out, because we're both from the same area, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I was like having doubts. I didn't really want to drop the album because Kerser was dropping his album like 2-3 days before mine. But I thought, fuck it, I'll just drop it anyway, bro. Either way, people are going to listen to my music regardless, But yeah, and then when I dropped it, I don't know nothing about the charts and that. I don't know how to look at that stuff, And then Dills sent me a photo and he's like, well, number 2 in the charts. And I was like, fuck, It's like, how do you look that up, bro? And he's like, you got to go on the iTunes store and that. So I went and looked at it, bro, and I was like, fuck, that's good, bro, And then I was talking to Kerser, and Kerser's like, you're going to jump me soon. And I was like, nah, I don't want to jump you. I want to stay under you, you know what I mean? So I don't want to be in that top spot yet, bro. And then, yeah, I was happy, bro. Like a week later, it was 6 still on the charts. So yeah, 15 in the world. So yeah, it was pretty good.
He's had a good reign, but I swear he drops an album every fucking year.
Yeah, every year, bro, drops an album.
For 9 years or 10 years, and every single one gets number 1. So.
Yeah, 9 years in a row, bro, he's been number 1, cuz. That's king shit. Straight up.
And speaking of Kerser, he was, of course, the sole feature on the album.
Only feature.
Yeah, only feature. How was it kind of working with him in the creative process? Like, how did you guys first decide to do a track together?
Bro, it's been in the talk for years, bro, since I first met him. And then everyone's obviously going to know we're going to do a track, obviously. But everyone was like, oh, Kerser and ROPS, this, that, when's it going to happen? And then it wasn't like, I'm not the type of person who would send you a song and be like, bro, you want to jump on this, you know what I mean? I just wait. And then, yeah, he messaged me one day and he's like, oh, if you got something with my name on it, send it to me, you know? So now I just finished the 5 tracks that I had left for my album, and I was going to the studio that night. Went to the studio, I finished the 4 tracks, and I had 1 more left, and I finished it. And I said to the boys, I was like, fucking, like, make sure he's got a verse for Kerse. And then, yeah, they were like, oh, what, you know? And then, boom, ended up sending it to him and that. And then, yeah, he got back like a week later, boom, sent me the verse back. And then, yeah, I listened to it, I was like, fucking oath, you know? That's gangster, fucking oath. Big accomplishment for me, you know what I mean? I grew up listening to Kerser. So yeah, I was wrapped. I was like, yeah, that's mint. And then, yeah, and then once I put up the track list for the album, everyone was going crazy. You know, they're like, fuck, only Kerser's on the album. Because like, really, I didn't want to have no one on my album. I wanted to just have myself on there. You know, it's my first album. But I thought, fuck, you know, might as well just get Kerse on there. Who else has had him on their first album? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I got him on there. And yeah.
Yeah, it's cool because it's like 2 generations.
Yeah,
of,
that's
you know,
exactly right.
Rappers
Yeah,
from the same
that's
area.
exactly right.
Imagine
2
a
generations
big deal
of
for
C-Town.
you and your mates.
Yeah, 100. But yeah, it was a big accomplishment for me, bro, honestly.
And like you said, in comparison to some other rappers, I guess you don't do as many collabos or get as many features. I mean, you know, you've done one with NTER, like you said before, and you did one take with Has. Is that just a personal choice, or you're just waiting for the right people to come along, or?
Like, bro, if I fuck with you, I'll do a track with you. Do you know what I mean? That's how I see it. And for me, I grew up listening to NTER and I grew up listening to Kerser. And when I started getting into the grind, bro, Has, he was, you know what I mean? I loved Has, bro. The way he flowed, you know, I was like, bro, I need to do a track with Has. And then when he was ringing me, I was like, bro, no way he's ringing me, you know? I had like 1,000 followers on Instagram at the time. And I was like, bro, no way, I was gassed, you know? But yeah, and then I linked up with him and I done the 1 take. And like I've always said, the deal is I only want to work with people that I'm inspired by. Do you know what I mean? People that I've looked up to. So that's why I've worked with Kerse and I've worked with NTER, you know what I mean? But I'm obviously going to work with other people, but yeah, they were the main people that I wanted to work with, was NTER and Kerse. So shout out to both of them, bro, honestly.
Anyone else from your generation who you're looking at working with, or?
Oh yeah, I got like 2 tracks coming with the Claymore boys, because I grew up with them. I've known them since I was a little kid. Who else? I don't know. Ren from Melbourne, up them ways, him. I know heaps of people, bro. Like I talk to a lot of them, you know, but it's just, I don't have enough time to write music sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a lot of features coming with a lot of people. But yeah.
I was thinking the other day, it'd be interesting if you did a track with Scam. That might be cool.
Yeah, I got something lined up with Scam. I've been, bro, since he first uploaded his track, bro, I was like, fuck, this kid's hard. He reminds me of a younger version of Husky, you know? And yeah, I've always fucked with him. That's why when he come down to Sydney and I was in the studio, I said, come through, you know, I want to meet you and that. Got him to come through the studio and shit. I showed him like majority of my tracks on my album. And that's what he said to me. He's like, bro, you motivate me. You know what I mean? He goes, I always lose motivation. He goes, but when I hear your shit, bro, he goes, I fucking just want to work, you know? And that's why I said, good, bro, you know, if you if you can find motivation off me, bro, fucking, you know, use it. Just do your thing, bro, right? So yeah, I want to do a track with him. That's a must. That has to happen. But yeah, shout out Scam too. He's a don, straight up.
Shout out Scam.
Yeah, he's a cunt.
And when you say the studio, you talk about Malik's studio in the city?
Yeah. So that's who I use, Malik's studio. Shout out to one name, Malik. But he's got the best studio in the business, if you ask me. But yeah, cracker studio. I'm used to filming in a room, you know, or recording in a room. So yeah, when I first seen that place, I was like, fuck, Jesus.
It's got a kitchen and shit?
And it's got everything in there, bro, you know what I mean? It's got the lot.
Nice lighting.
Yeah, it's fucking
couch.
Yeah, you just get comfy and write music, you know what I mean? And it's always good when you go to the studio too. Like when I first met Husky, I went into the studio and I was going in there to do some tracks, and you don't know who's going to be in there, you know? And I walked in there and I seen Fort and that, and I seen Sana, and I seen Husky's missus, and I was like, fuck, where's Husky, you know? Because he was in jail at this time and I didn't know he was out. And then he come behind the curtain and I was looking at him and, you know, he's a big boy. He went from skinny to big, you know? And I was like, is that you, Husky? He's like, fuck, you know, gave him a hug and I was like, fuck, you know, it's good that you're out and that, bro. And then that was the night that me, him and Forte done our track, eh? Yeah, we pumped that track that night. So yeah.
I'm pretty sure that might have been the same night or the night before that, because I ran into him at the same studio when 111 did the Fortnightly report.
Who greened out? It was OBA.
Yeah, when he challenged you to a smoke off, bro.
Yeah, I remember that, bro. I think that was when I first met Marty and Obi. It was when I went into the studio and he was greening out. And Marty's like, bro, did you say hello to ROPS? And he's on the ground, he's like, hey, ROPS. And I was just like, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I was there. I must have left before you came,
yeah, I
but
think
that would have been the same night.
But yeah, that was the night that they filmed the Fortnightly report. I remember that. That was ages ago.
I reckon Obi could take you now, but I need to smoke off. It's a 420, put the challenge out now.
Bro, if you want to come Macquarie Fields, bro, we'll link up, Obi, trust me. I'll show you smoke off.
Consider that a fucking call out.
Yeah, that's a call out, bro. That's a call out. Nah, but yeah, 420, that's hectic.
All right, let's get into some deeper cuts from the album. So the first track I want to talk about, the track Booking Fee. So on that track, you talk about obviously collecting the bag on stage, I knew you had a few restrictions on performing or going interstate now. So what's the state of that? Like, are you going to be touring interstate? Like, obviously pending the corona stuff, but...
No, my bail conditions are still obviously pending. So I still got a year left on my conditions. That's my ICO, my community corrections order, my good behaviour bond. I can't leave the state. But once all that stuff's out, bro, there's no limit to what I'm going to do. I want to go up Queensland. I want to Melbourne. I want to do, you know... I've got a lot of emails, bro, of people... you know, trying to book me, but I can't do nothing because I can't leave the state, you know. And I've tried to sort it out with parole, but they reckon that music's not a job. Do you know what I mean? So,
right, yeah.
I don't know, but that's why, yeah. I just got my supervision from parole suspended, and I just thought, fuck it, I'll just do my own thing and just wait the 2 years, you know, and just be good. Been out of trouble for a year now, so. Yeah, but once my conditions are up, bro, I'll be heading all over the place.
Yeah, because I seen you at the Apocalypse tour.
Yeah.
And I remember that's the first time Marty saw you as well.
Yeah.
Marty's like, who the fuck's this kid? And I'm like, oh, ROPS1, man. And we were both like, I think the craziest thing was that like you were performing with no hype man.
Yeah.
You know, and very few rappers do that, especially if
yeah.
they're flowing fast or flowing over 140 BPM. You know, to be able to hold down all your bars live, that's a good accomplishment.
When I used to do shows, bro, I used to go to a show and I used to just give him the instrumental. And I used to just rap the whole song. Yeah. And I used to run out of breath, bro. And like, I'd be stuffed, bro. Second song in, I got a stitch, I can't breathe, you know? So then after that, I just started playing my own music and just, rapping to it. But yeah, that was ages ago. I remember the Apocalypse show. That was a good show. Marty put me on his story. I was gassed. Bro, he put me on his story. I was like, no way. I was rap, bro. I was like, nah. Shout out to Mitchos for putting me onto that.
Shout out Mitchos. We're getting him on the show soon as well, so stay tuned for the episode with Mitchos. And the other thing, I saw you the other day, you were signing hard copies of your album, and you said a couple of copies were going overseas?
International, yeah.
So was that mostly coming from the UK or Europe? Or?
Yeah, UK. That's where it all comes from, UK.
Yeah, so you got ambitions to tour there, obviously, as well, with the whole grime and drill thing.
I talked to like a couple of people over there and stuff. Like I talked to Jamal Edwards. He like runs like the SBTV and shit over there.
Oh yeah.
So I've been talking to him. But I want to go over there because I talked to Boss Belly, bro. Boss Belly, he's one of the hardest from over there. So yeah, I talked to him. But once I get off my bail and that, I want to take a flight over there and link up with him and that. So that'll be good, you know, see that side. Because I'm inspired by a lot of UK people, you know, like AJ Tracy and whatnot. So it'd be good to go over there and see like that side of the world, you know.
And another show that you were supposed to play was the OneFour show at the Animal Theatre last year.
Yeah.
So that was a big show, you know, like it was OneFour, HK and Rick, Section 60, yourself, I think a few other acts were on the bill. So I guess it's a weird time for rappers and live shows because, you know, the OneFour thing was obviously a police issue.
Yeah.
Is that a concern for you, you know, once, even if this corona stuff is lifted, that, you know, police are going to be on your back about live shows?
They can try, I guess, but I'm not really phased. Like I say to them all the time, bro, I could be out breaking in the houses, doing what, you know what I mean? Or I could be doing music, making legit money from shows, but I don't know. They just don't want to see you win, I guess, but yeah, fuck them anyway. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the police, but yeah, straight up. Nah, they do shit goes, you know what I mean? Like look at OneFour been trying to do good for how long, you know what I mean? And what they do a show and Raptor runs through the show and gets it cancelled. Like what the fuck's the whole point in that? Like, dead set, that was my head in, bro. Just let us live our lives, make our money and be legit, I guess. That's all I can say.
And at OneFour's level, that's significant fucking money, you know?
Yeah, 100%. You know
we're not talking about $100 or $200
a show
exactly
now.
Right,
bro. It's the M-more, you know what I mean? That's big boy shit. But yeah, fuck the feds, straight up.
And on the track, Affiliate, I believe it's called, Affiliate.
Yeah.
On top of you said fuck a label.
Yeah.
So you're saying independent? Like, have you been fielding offers from different labels now? Like, you're picking up heat?
Independent, bro. That's it. Even if someone threw me off, I still stay independent. Like, I'm not anti-label or anything, but what's a label gonna offer me that I can't offer myself? Do you know what I mean? A bit of money, you know what I mean? That's about it. But yeah, I don't know. I've been independent since the start, so I'm gonna just stay independent. Everything's working for me now, so we'll just continue to keep on working, I guess. So yeah. Well,
I feel if you came out, 2 years ago with your first track, you're already getting couple of 100,000 views. That's more than most major label artists anyway.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And the first single from the album, Clout, and a couple of other tracks on the album, there seemed to be this recurring theme of, people talking shit on the internet or people beefing for clout or beefing for fame. As you get bigger, undoubtedly, I think that's going to happen more,
Oh yeah, 100%.
So how do you deal with that as an artist, Because it's a distraction, I imagine it's just like frustrating for you, but sometimes you got to swallow your pride, I guess.
I don't give a fuck, like everyone's going to have their opinion, do you know what I mean? Like for someone to sit there on a YouTube comment and talk shit about someone that they don't know, then like, what the fuck's that telling you? You're a grump, do you know what I mean? But then when they see me in the streets, it's like, Rops, bro, how are you? You know, when's the track drop and this, that, you know what I mean? They never keep the same energy. So I don't give a fuck about haters, bro. Straight up, fuck all the haters. You know you're doing something good when you got haters. But yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'll go through my inbox now and there'll be a million haters, but I don't reply to them. I look at their messages, I don't care, you know what I mean? I just keep on doing my thing, bro. And that's it. I got fans, I got haters. Fucking, that shit's fucking gonna either keep on changing or, yeah, but fuck the haters anyway.
It's interesting you said that because, you know, I'm a couple of years older than you, but I think just that couple of years, you know, people your age, there's so many people who would just live on social media, you know what I mean? Like you said, they'll be saying things in the inbox, they'll be saying things in the DMs, but then in real life, they don't know how to keep that
exactly right.
same energy, you know? I think it's just that couple of years where people become so reliant on social media and shit, you know?
No, that's why, like, bro, real life and social life is not real, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, if you're gonna sit there and have a fight with someone in your DMs over what? Because he doesn't like your music, you're a goose, you know what I mean? Fuck that shit, bro. Go make another track and tell him fucking suck your dick. And that's it. Fuck him.
And in the Clout video as well, my favorite comment in the YouTube comments was, shout out Ray's Locker, if you know, you know.
Oh, yeah. On the Ray's Locker, sussing for shoes and that. You know
my Asian guy, Ray. Yeah. He's from around my area, actually.
He's got all the good shit, bro, you know? So I'm always on there sussing and that. But, bro, like, I go in a Foot Locker, bro, I can't find shit. Last pair of TNs I bought were these, you know what I mean? I haven't bought a new pair of TNs since because they make shit colorways. So I'm always on Ray's Locker and that trying to find, you know what I mean, some good shit. But yeah.
There's your plug, Ray.
Yeah, shout out Ray's Locker, bro. Shout out.
So is there any more you can tell us about the second album? I mean, you said you're only 2 tracks in, but in terms of kind of like the vibe or the lyrical content, is there anything that you're exploring that, you know, might surprise fans?
Oh no, I want to do different shit. I want to experiment, you know what I mean? I don't know, like there's no limit to what music I can make. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I just want to get in the studio, bro, and I just want to experiment. That's what I want to do. So, yeah, if it works, it works. But yeah, I've got some big plans.
And obviously for like you know, all artists, it's kind of hard to tell nowadays what's going to be happening for the rest of the year, but what have you got planned besides the album?
Nothing, bro, nothing. Just kicking back, that's it. Just music, write music, and fuck, once this corona shit fucking blows off, hopefully some shows pop up. And yeah, that's it. So next year I'll be off bail, so I'll be sweet, January or February. So yeah, should be good.
So we can expect some ROPS interstate tours, some big shows?
Well, that's what I was burning about. Like, I just dropped my first album and I can't do no shows. I can't do a tour, I can't do nothing. So originally I was just gonna drop the album and I was just gonna do a Sydney show. But then I thought, nah, I'll just drop the album and I'll just wait. And then when I drop the second album, I'll do a tour with that, you know? So yeah, expect a tour.
Any last words for the ROPS fans out there?
Just keep on streaming up the album, bro. Straight up. Make love to all of you cunts, man, honestly. But yeah.
Run it up.
Yeah, run it up, bro. That's it, run it up.
Thanks for your time, bro. Appreciate it.
Cunt.
Legend.
Kev.